We're breaking our regular programming to bring you what is a very worrying story for us. Mirror Now journalist Pramod Madhav, who is our correspondent in Chennai, was attacked by members of the DMK Party, workers of the DMK Party in Tamil Nadu. Now, this happened when he was covering a protest by the MDMK workers outside the governor's residence. The hooligan, who is captured on camera punching Pramod, has been identified as Suresh Babu, a DMK Party worker. Pramod has now been admitted to the Royapeta government hospital with grievous injuries. He's fractured his nose, and you can see in that visual that DMK office bearer, now identified as Suresh Babu, been taken into custody by the police, actually hitting our reporter on camera. And we'll show you another visual where it is obvious that Pramod was holding, there you can see that visual, Pramod is holding the boom mic that clearly points out that he is a journalist, that clearly points out which channel he works for, and these party members went ahead and beat him up anyway. There's a serious concern right now about the safety of journalists in the state of Tamil Nadu, and this is not the first case. We have Shabir on the phone line right now. Shabir is our senior journalist in Chennai. Shabir, thank you for joining us. If you could first just tell us what happened this morning.
Well, along with Pramod Madhav, all the journalists from Chennai were covering the Raj Bhavan siege that was, organized by MDMK General Secretary Vaiko, along with the DMK and several other parties. There were at least 500 to 600 people who had gathered there for the protest. And at that time, we were all waiting for the official protest to begin. Since all the leaders were, addressing the crowd that had gathered there regarding the entire issue of the release of 7 convicts in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, we were waiting for the Raj Bhavan march to begin. But even before that, there was some kind of problem that was happening at a tea shop, a nearby tea shop, where Pramod Madhav, along with other journalists, he was there standing in front of the tea shop. And there was some kind of issue that was happening inside. And immediately all the journalists who were present there, they went to see what exactly was happening, because when these kind of large congregations happen, the party workers, try to pick up fights with the shopkeepers, pick up quarrel with the neighboring, houses, or perhaps with the shopkeepers. All these things happen. Sometimes. So at that point in time, Pramod Madhav did, looked into the issue. He went there, and when he saw a man vandalizing the tea shop, he was trying to break, certain things from the tea shop. At that time, Pramod Madhav wanted to capture that video. So he started recording, whatever was happening there, the quarrel that was happening there inside the tea shop on his mobile phone. And all of a sudden, a man who came out shouting, and he started attacking Pramod Madhav, who was just, trying to record a video. He did not do anything. He did not engage in a quarrel. All he did was he was recording a video, because we were not even sure whether that man belongs to a political party, whether that man was drunk or not. It was just, as a bystander, Pramod Madhav was just recording that video. But he was attacked by this personnel, and immediately the police personnel who were there on the spot, they intervened and they secured him. And now that person has been identified as Suresh Babu, and he belongs to...
Well, obviously, Shabir, there is a serious problem of hooliganism right now in Tamil Nadu, and we do understand that several journalists feel targeted and feel unsafe in the state. Is this part of that entire breakdown of law and order?
Well, this can be considered as an isolated incident. You cannot, merge the instances that have taken place in the past. But what we can say is what happened there on the spot during a rally that was called for demanding the release of 7 convicts in Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. The party workers should have been advised to stay calm, and that is the job of the leaders, to ensure that the party workers do not pick up quarrel with the shopkeepers or do not cause any kind of inconvenience to the general public. And this is a classic example that why leaders should pay attention to ensure that the party workers do not cross that line. And what happened to Pramod Madhav was something which was sudden, because nobody expected that the person who was picking up a quarrel with a tea shop owner will charge at the journalist who is standing there. And Pramod Madhav was just recording a video. He did not engage in a conversation with them, and he did not even ask anything to that person who was trying to create a quarrel. And later we figured that he belongs to a political party. And now all the more the onus is on the political party to try and ensure that there is some amount of discipline that is maintained by these party workers when they participate in such large congregations.
Right. Shabir, thanks for joining us on the phone line. We also have C.R. Saraswati right now of the TTV faction of the AIDMK who joins us on the phone line. Ms. Saraswati, the incident that has taken place today with our reporter, Pramod Madhav, points at the hooliganism, right, like Shabir was telling us, that's currently in place in Tamil Nadu politics. We demand on Mirana that the DMK apologize for having goons like this in their party.
It's already so many things happened. Do you remember couple of months before they went to a biryani shop and they hit the whole person working in the biryani shop, the same DMK people, again in a cell shop in somewhere in Dindivanama somewhere. The party leader must see that when you go for a rally or when you go for a meeting, none of the party should disturb the people or the people who are doing business there. Nobody has a right, and the press has all the rights to record. The press people, see, even public are recording everything today. Even public are having cell phones, they are recording everything today. You can see so much of WhatsApp things going on, whatever it is they shoot, they are sending to all the WhatsApp and Facebook. When, as a journalist, he can record anything. Why is how can you go and hit a journalist? First of all, the party leaders must take care of the cadres and tell them, when you do anything, don't disturb the people and don't disturb the people who are doing a business in that area. It happens so many times in DMK. Why they are not controlling, I can't understand.
Absolutely. We also have Kawai Satyan on the phone line right now, spokesperson of the AIDMK. Kawai Satyan, what is wrong in the... Okay, Kawai is not with us. Ms. Saraswati, we're demanding right now that the DMK party apologize and take control of their party members. But I want to understand from you why you believe that this party the discipline in this party has crumbled.
So many times it is happening in DMK. See, already when the biryani shop was hit, Mr. Stalin went straight away to the biryani shop and said, he apologized. After that, the leader must see that it's not happening again. The leader must have the control of the party with them. I'm very proud to say that Honorable late Chief Minister Amma, she controlled the party like anything. If the word Amma comes from the mouth, everybody will be so frightened and so they obey themselves, and the law and order will be so good in Amma's any period of Amma. So the leader must be like that. You must control your cadres. That's the leadership. If you don't control your cadres, people will be in trouble. And some people doing business, you go for rally, you go for meeting, wherever you go. You see your work and come back. Why you want to disturb others? Why you want to make quarrels with them? Why you want to hit them?
Ms. Saraswati, are you suggesting that the current government is also not able to keep things under control in the state?
Do you think the government is functioning here today in Tamil Nadu? The OPS government? I don't think so. Whatever the central government says, they are following, that's all. It just follows BJP instructions, that's all. They don't have any capacity for them. This government, state government is really not having a law and order in Tamil Nadu at all in OPS government. Not at all. You can see for the last 2 years, so much of problems are happening in Tamil Nadu. Anything, you see the relief things also in Tanjore district, Pudukkottai district. Till today, people are suffering there. The reliefs are not done properly. The law and order is not good. They can't control anybody because the leadership, nobody is following the leadership of this OPS and EPS. Even the cadres of ADMK. And 90% of the cadres were not there. I'm very proud to say they are come with us. But other people also, they are not taking these people as the leaders. So they can't control anything.
Well, Ms. Saraswati, stay with us as we try to get an update right now about our journalist. We understand that Pramod has been admitted to hospital with his injuries. He's likely to, he'll have to spend the next couple of days in hospital. And we understand now that he has fractured the bridge of his nose with that incident. And this is the reason why it causes us a great deal of concern. the goons that have been, employed by these parties to start protests. Now, 70 organizations led by Vico's MDMK protested in front of the Governor's Palace today in Chennai, seeking the release of the 7 people convicted in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. Now, this protest obviously turned ruckus because what you can see on your screen, the protesters who were members of the DMK who had extended their support to the agitation were roughing up a tea stall. And when our reporter went in to record this, and you can see the person on your screen, he turned around and beat up our reporter. Sarvanan joins me right now from the DMK. Mr. Sarvanan, I demand an apology from the leaders of the DMK for our reporter, for our journalist Pramod, and I want to understand why the DMK has at this point employed these goons who think it's okay to actually raise a hand on a journalist.
See,
have you completely lost control of the party, Mr. Sarvanan?
See. I have seen the visuals. If it is being alleged, definitely this will be the party high command, and definitely they will do something about it. I'm totally
where is the room for doubt? What are you doubting at this point? What do you mean? Do you doubt that Pramod was beaten up?
I haven't seen anything. I'm just going by what you are asking me. See, we are a party. Our party has always responded to issues like this in the past. Whenever party cadres or workers who were seen violating the law, they have been taken to task. So please don't have any doubts about that.
No, but why do you have people like this in your cadre, Mr. Sarvanan? This is obviously, I mean, this is not a protest. He was roughing up that tea stall. This person is a goon. Why is he a member of the DMK?
Certainly.
Why do you use goons in your protests?
No. See, I don't know what is the circumstances under which that had happened. Sometimes scuffles might happen when there is a huge gathering. Yes.
No. Let me describe to you, since you don't know what happened and I have video evidence of what happened. Let me describe to you what happened. In the protest at the Governor's Palace today, there were people from your party who were messing up and roughing up a tea stall. They had gone into the stall, they were threatening the owner of the stall, and they were making noise. Now, our reporter walked in with a camera and a boom mic showing very clearly that he was a journalist, and your party member assaulted him. That is what happened. Now, I want to understand from you, why is this person, why are people like these members of your party? So every time you have a protest, do you go out and hire goons? Or is this how DMK members behave?
No. Please don't generalize. Please don't generalize what had happened. This is a one-off incident. I don't know what had happened. Definitely, when a journalist, our party never tolerates journalists to be roughed up or whatever happens to a journalist. We are always for a free press. And this issue will be taken up to the High Command.
No, Mr. Sarvanan, I demand an apology right now from the DMK. I demand an apology right now. And it should be fairly easy to get because Suresh Babu, your party member, has been picked up by the police and you know who he is. You can verify all of these, the story that we're putting on air at this point. I demand an apology from your party high command at this point.
Absolutely. See, there will be one when the entire situation is reviewed. If there was
what do you need to review? Do you need to review the video footage? It's running on the screen right now. Do you not believe that Pramod is our reporter? I will vouch for him. He's our reporter. What is the portion of this that you need to review? Please tell me.
No. There is no doubt at all about that. That's what I've told you. Whenever such things had happened, our party has always promptly responded. We have the highest regard for all those journalists out there. Pramod is a good friend of mine too. If he is feeling offended, definitely I will apologize to him in my personal capacity.
No, Mr. Sarvanan, I want an explanation from party high command. I don't need an apology from you on your personal capacity. This is not the conversation we are having. I am not having a conversation with you in your personal capacity. I'm asking you to speak to party high command and I demand an apology on Pramod's behalf right away. My colleague Shabir is on the phone line as well. Shabir, at this point, Sarvanan's telling us that he has to review the situation. Do you believe the situation needs to be reviewed or does Pramod deserve an apology right away?
Well, Pramod deserves an apology from the DMK High Command because there is nothing to review. Everything has been captured on camera and Pramod is not provoking the DMK party worker. In fact, the DMK party worker was someone who was trying to create some kind of ruckus in a tea shop, and Pramod, who was standing near that tea shop, wanted to just capture that movement because he saw someone trying to create some kind of trouble in a tea shop. And there are at least 500 people who have gathered in that entire locality. And even before things go out of control, you never know what can possibly happen, because there are political party workers from different parties, and we have no idea why a person is behaving in that manner. And Pramod was not even engaged in an argument with that person. It all depends on how you discipline your party worker, because that is the biggest issue here. And time and again, we have seen DMK party workers attacking a shopkeeper at a biryani shop, or two women at a parlor, and that has to come to an end. So that is the biggest concern here, because when I was talking to Pramod, he has been taken to the hospital, and all that while I just kept asking him what exactly happened. Pramod said that I heard something happening in the tea shop. All I did was I was trying to record a video because someone was vandalizing a tea shop. I do not know whether he belonged to a political party or whether he's a common man or whether he's a regular customer. All I did was I was trying to record a video, and the person, started attacking him, and he did not expect. If Pramod was ready, if there was, if he had any idea that someone is going to hit at him, probably Pramod would have, ducked, or Pramod would have escaped from that attack. But Pramod told me that he did not expect him to attack, to throw punches at him. And
yes.
Pramod has been admitted to Roypeta Hospital, and I spoke to the doctors. They are saying that he has suffered grievous injuries because he has a fracture in his nose, and it will take 6 weeks for him to recover from that. So who's responsible for all of this?
Absolutely.
And if he is a DMK party worker, the party high command should own up, and they should take action against this person.
Absolutely. Sarvanan is on the phone line with us. Sarvanan, now you can't have a voice that is clearer or more confident than what Shabir is telling us at this point. Nothing needs to be reviewed by the party. We're giving you all of the facts. You hired goons in your protests, and that's the truth. You hired goons by the day to actually rough up tea stall owners and to create a ruckus. And one of them beat up our journalists. So is this how the DMK functions? You have goons among your party workers? How much did you pay this goon to protest for you?
No, not at all. See, what had happened is really utmost a grave situation. Definitely this will be taken to the party high command, and definitely whatever needs to happen will happen.
No, I want a response right now, Mr. Sarvanan. Right now,
I cannot take decisions on behalf of the party.
Please have the party respond to us immediately. Why is it that the party has not sent us a response? Tell them to put out a response. I will continue to run this story on the channel for all of Tamil Nadu and all of Chennai to see until the party gives me a response.
I can assure you, definitely that will happen. Hello, yeah, definitely it will happen, Faye. Immediately this will be conveyed to the high command, and you can expect one immediately.
I can expect one immediately. At what time?
See, I think you're being unreasonable right now, sir.
Am I being unreasonable? I have a journalist now who cannot work for the next 6 weeks. I have a journalist right now who is in hospital. I'm being unreasonable, or are you being unreasonable? How long does it take to draft an apology?
Yes.
How long does it take to take action against this? Take action against this goon who's apparently a member of your party.
I have just heard Shabir describe how grievous the injury is. Only now, at that moment, we all came to know the kind of grievous hurt Mr. Pramod had suffered. Definitely this will be taken, and you will get a reply soon.
Well, soon is not good enough, Mr. Sarvanan. I expect a better answer than soon. Kawai Satyan joins us right now, spokesperson of the AIADMK. Mr. Satyan, obviously... Okay, he seems to have hung up again. So obviously there is a serious problem of party discipline. These kind of goons that get pulled in by parties to be part of protests. This is an AIADMK, this is a DMK party worker who roughed up our journalist today in Chennai. Our journalist is currently in hospital, and he's going to take, from what we understand, 6 weeks to recover. The DMK now telling us the situation needs to be reviewed is just not good enough as an answer. I demand that the DMK High Command, I demand Mr. Stalin respond and explain to us two things. Is this person a member of your party? Are these the kind of people that you sign on as members of your party? Is this how your party workers are expected to behave on the ground? And if this is not a member of your party, then have you hired goons to populate your protests? Is this how your party works? The silence right now from the DMK High Command will send a very chilling message across the state of Tamil Nadu and especially in the city of Chennai, where our reporter is from. We're going to take a quick break, but we will stay on this story as we continue to demand answers from the DMK as to why they have goons in their party. Don't go anywhere.